You all do it with your fingers. Okay. 3 times a day. Not interested. Not interested.
Way past where that needed to go. Big show on the docket today. Patriots might be the best team in the AFC. There's an outlet that thinks so. Cowboys are on the verge of locking up the NFC East, but we start with a random Lakers-Spurs game in early December. Because when LeBron James is as good as he was last night, how could you not start there? LeBron scored 20 of his 42 points in the fourth quarter to help the Lakers win their 4th straight game, 121-113. San Antonio led by 8 in the 4th, mind you, until LeBron realized he is the greatest basketball player on earth. Went 7 of 8 from the field in the final 9.5 minutes, including 3 buckets from deep. Again, Lakers beat the Spurs. Here's LeBron James after the game.
We were down 8, and they've had our number, up until this point. They beat us the first 2 games and beat us on the home floor. We've been playing so well at home. We want to try to continue that, but once I got in, it was just a matter of me just trying to make plays to see what happens.
LeBron, is it fair to say with some of the comments that questions that were asked about your workload, maybe to you personally?
No, for what? I'm past the personal stage. I can do whatever. I can have a huge workload. I can have a not so huge workload. It doesn't matter for me, but what's most important is seeing my teammates make huge shots in the 4th quarter. Jay Hart out with him all game because of foul trouble. He makes 2 huge threes in the 4th quarter. Zoe makes a huge 3 on the left wing. Kuz making the plays down the stretch as well. That's what's most important to me. I can care less about the narrative about me. I'm stapled in this game.
You get the feeling you could ask LeBron about any minute over the course of any of the 4th quarters, and he was like, I'll tell you where everyone was, who shot what, how much they shot, who's winning at the time. I mean, he has that whole game mapped out as a game plan. How impressive was LeBron's performance last night, Nick, especially when he did in the 4th quarter?
Yeah, the 4th quarter was spectacular. I mean, he checked in with 10 minutes left in the 4th, earlier than he typically would, earlier than Luke Walton has been wanting him to, because Brandon Ingram turned his ankle in the 1st quarter of this game, never came back. Their rotation was screwed up from Jump Street because they had that foul trouble that LeBron was talking about. Josh Hart got 3 fouls seemingly in the span of 90 seconds, so he was out of the rotation. Kuz got a few fouls early, so you had to go. Svi Mikhailuk was getting minutes, and this is how all of a sudden you're down 91-83 with 10 minutes left in the game. And then LeBron, orchestrating everything, leads them to 38 points in the last 10 minutes of this game, a comfortable win, and not only the shots he's hitting from deep, but the shots that he laid out there, that he assists.
Which are more important.
Right, which he says are more important. The shots that he assists or that he got the hockey assists on, where he claps the defense on him, kicks it out, and then there's another pass after that. Every basket that was scored once LeBron came into this game had his imprint on. And so what you saw last night was a Lakers team, they needed to beat the Spurs. Not just because the Spurs right now have the 2nd worst record in the West, not just because the Lakers need to protect home court because they haven't been a good road team, but they play the Spurs for a 4th and final time day after tomorrow. You can't risk getting swept by San Antonio in a down year by San Antonio 4-0. This was a team that, as LeBron said, had their number. This game was slipping away from them, and then LeBron was spectacular in that 4th
So
quarter.
not only San Antonio did they have a chance to go 3-0, that's not the message you want to send. And as you mentioned, San Antonio's not even having a good year, but it's the style for which they were getting ready to go down 2-0, because the other 2 games were fairly close too. Then at the end, San Antonio, them sticking to what they're doing, understanding how to close out games, and a little more veteran experience, that's how they won those other 2 games. The Lakers could have won those 2 games.
Yep.
I mean, but in seeing this, LeBron sees, man, about halfway through the 4th quarter, I need to be able to do something. And for Laker fans, I know you guys consider yourself big basketball fans, but this is what LeBron James does. If you put guys on his team who can make shots, because we've had quarters where LeBron scores 20 points, but his ability to be able to dominate the quarter, not only with his scoring, but with his passing, that's what makes him unique. But to see the confidence of these young players be able to grow in critical situations, in big matchups, like against San Antonio, that part right there was I was glad to see. And now back to what Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all need to leave that dude alone. Now, both of y'all got tremendous basketball pedigrees, but LeBron James, if you decide to take the ball out of his hands, you are deciding, I'm getting ready to allow him to play where he's not playing at his strength. LeBron needs the ball. I mean, I'm all about development. Lonzo, God bless him. All right? I'm all about that. But if you're LeBron, with his skill level now, he is best suited to be your point guard, your point forward. He needs to be able to dominate the ball because he will allow the other players to continue to develop. The more he has the ball, I believe the better they'll develop.
Well, and as LeBron's got a 4-year contract in LA, as he ages, he's not going to age into a small ball center. He's going to age into a point guard. He's going to age into a guy who is even more of a pass-first player. I think as he ages, his assist numbers will go up as his scoring goes down. And he's always going to find the open man. That's right in the fourth quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, the Lakers were 7 of 28 from 3. In the fourth quarter, they were 7 of 11 from 3. LeBron hadn't hit a 3 himself in the fourth quarter. And it was funny, if you watched the game, I know it was very, very late last night, the first 3 he made, the first 3 he took in the fourth quarter, he follows the shot because he thinks it's off. He runs in. He's surprised he made it. That thing gave him the confidence to shoot a 36-footer a few minutes later. That gave them a lead, and then a critical one from the left wing a few minutes after that. Like, his shot started to fall, and his teammates' shots started to fall.
So that's interesting because I saw last night's game differently. What I saw last night was a team that tried for 3 quarters to be able to play without leaning on LeBron. And then in the fourth quarter, LeBron said, well, I got to go out and let me just win this. So let me just turn it on. Like, I can turn it off and turn it on when I need it, which is an incredible skill to have, which most players can't do. But I just wonder if the team is leaning a little too heavily on LeBron to do that, to bail them out, if you will, when they need him.
As you can see in LeBron's interview, and you're right, the first 3 parts of this game, they were doing what they normally do. It's LeBron is going to allow the game to find him. Very seldom ever. Now, we've seen in some epic playoff games, and Nick and I have been very, very fortunate to see, okay, we're going to watch LeBron the first 6 minutes. In a few of those playoff games, he decides, I'm going in as LeBron, the scorer. But typically, LeBron, 95% of the time, 98% of the time, he's going to come in as a facilitator and let the game come to him. And that's to the benefit of these young players. Because let me tell you, LeBron could start the first quarter the way he started that fourth quarter. So it's part of them growing as a team, and that's still part of who LeBron. Man, I walked out of the Garden last year with LeBron, allowing his teammates.
He mumbling on his breath. This guy tell me better than Jordan.
I was like, my money in that suite. Michael Jordan, if he was here, Michael would have put on his show for me.
And then what happened once you left?
And then I was on the subway, and Nick was like, I told you.
LeBron did this.
And I got home just in time for LeBron as he assists someone and scores another bucket as they come back and beat the
right in his cancer's face after talking all that trash. That was a fun game. Here's the thing that I think people need to adjust, and this is Kobe, this is Magic, this is everybody. I'm going to use a video game analogy in honor of our great statistician, Dusty. LeBron's ability to take over games,
please make it Pac-Man.
It is not a turbo boost that you can only press the button 3 times. It's like, oh, now it's merch. We're out of it. Like, it is a replenishable resource. You should go to it as often as you can. As long as it is not isolation ball, which is not what he's going to do, that is going to deprive his teammates of opportunities to shoot the ball, he's not going to wear out. We're not going to get to May and be like, man, he's tired.
But at some point, it will not be a replenishable resource.
Well, let's worry about that when you get to it. Let's not borrow worry. Let's worry about that problem when we start to see any evidence of that problem.
Sure.
One other thing that should be noted, since November 1st, the Lakers defense allowing 99 points per 100 possessions. That would be the best mark in the entire NBA over the course of the season. Since November 1st, after that rough October, that plan they had of LeBron will be an offense unto himself. Let's bring in athletic, young, potentially good defenders. That is something that is working for them.
And you have to give Magic Johnson credit. People didn't see that. When he said that initially, we're going to be a lot tougher, and we're going to be a better defensive team. You're starting to see that, Nick. Great stat there since November 1st.
All right, we're going to take a break. Stick with basketball. Kevin Durant weighs in on the King a little bit later. And then coming up next is the NFC East on the line this Sunday. Next, this is First Things First.
Kevin Durant calls you a fanboy now.
He's called me a blog boy. He's now called me a fanboy.
He did mean mug Jenna and I.
Right, because of me. Listen, we'll talk about.
It's a big division showdown as Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans clash with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thursday Night Football on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
The unmistakable Cadillac XT4. Once again, driving is wonderful. Starting under $36,000. This is your wake-up call. If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, month after month, the clock is ticking on irreversible joint damage. Ongoing pain and stiffness are signs of joint erosion. Humira can help stop the clock. Prescribed for 15 years, Humira targets and blocks the source of inflammation that contributes to joint pain and irreversible damage.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Help stop the clock on further irreversible joint damage. Talk to your rheumatologist. Right here, right now. Humira.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was light.
You've walked in their footsteps, but you may not know their names. They're guides, just like our founder, Eddie Bauer. They teach us, challenge us, they show us the way. Almost a century later, we continue Eddie's legacy of innovation by building technical gear with guides so you could live your adventure.
These are the people who make Gentleman Jack. Cultured, refined, as smooth as the whiskey itself. Just kidding. They're the same folks who make Old Number 7. They simply take the time to mellow it twice. Gentleman Jack, extra smooth, from the makers of Jack Daniels.
Mars, new episodes Mondays at 9 on National Geographic.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, and no wandering a car lot. This is your rental counter. And this is you, already on the road. With Turo, this is compact, standard, and full size. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
Roman, for the first time ever, you can get ED meds prescribed online shipped discreetly to your door. No more waiting rooms, offer talks, or lines at the pharmacy. Get your first month free at GetRoman.com/TV.
Cover it up. That's what I did when I started losing my hair.